Our tutorial is going to be a continuation on our last one, which is all about this theme of learning how to stand in our fabric and maybe a little foot conditioning because sometimes it's painful. This one is a little splitty. So if you're not warmed up, I want you to take 5 minutes to warm up with me. If you are warmed up, go ahead and jump right into your pose. Your hammock should be set nice and low, so I want you to make sure you could stand in your fabric and very easily step to the floor. This way, if you get confused or tangled, the floor is very close by because safety first. And also when I'm lower, I have more fabric to work with, especially for a pose like this. So go ahead and get yourself settled and let's take a look at this really pretty pose. All right, those of you warming up with me, just a nice 5-minute stretch. Begin in wrist wrap. We go through the outside, around the middle. Hands will interlace. Little prayer variation. Your hips are gonna stay right over those knees. Extend the heart forward. Keep reaching the arms away as you look down. Just gently tuck the chin in. Try to sink your heart towards the floor. Bend the elbows and just sink deeper. Really let your body hang here. Roll your way up. Fabric will come up and over and step the right foot through. So I want you to line the fabric up to your shoulder blades here. If you need to pad that left knee, of course, double pad your mat or grab a little towel. I'm going to push the hands forward as I feel the hammock pressing into my shoulders. Nice lifted chest here. Actively push that left shin or foot into the floor. Breathe in. And exhale nice and slow, Ardha Hammonasana. Make sure you're digging that heel into the floor. Pull the toes towards you. Fabric can come in front. And there is a lifting of the sacrum. So as you extend towards that foot with your upper body, lift that tailbone towards the ceiling. Gently drag that heel on the floor. Breathe in and exhale, coming right into that first expression. Push into the shoulders for that initial stretch. I'm going to reach the hands forward and lean the body weight back. Nice open heart. And a little deeper. Both hands are going to climb to the right panel. I like to come up nice and high. Send your body weight to the left. So it's almost like there's a little hang there. I can feel my left hip sinking and my upper body hanging and stretching. Look to the right. Actively push into the floor with that left side. Center and keep the fabric behind you this time. I want you to continue to open the chest as you sink it through center. Second round, Ardha Hammonasana, half split. Rolling up. Right meets left. Second side. Go ahead and line that fabric up to your shoulders, and fabric you push forward with your hands and try to lean back. That's going to keep the chest nice and lifted. Press into that right foot, shin into the floor. Breathe in. Exhale, Ardha Hammonasana. Fabric comes up and over for that first round. Extend and reach forward, lifting that tailbone so it's active toes. And second time, up and over. Fabric can come behind, push into those shoulder blades with the fabric or fabric into shoulder blades. And climb across to left side. So I'm gonna go up nice and high with the hands. Here's the beauty of our hammock. Go ahead and send your body weight. So I'm just going to gently lean it to the right. So good. And then look to the left. rolling up, and last and final. Keep those hands nice and wide. You'll stretch the chest, sink the heart through Ardha Hamanasana. Drag that left heel towards you on the floor. So that's a tacking technique. And roll your way up. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our pose. I did say this was a little splitty. It is a front split, and no, you don't need a full one to be in the expression. We can all do it regardless. So go ahead and make sure we have a nice open panel, no tangles. If I'm coming through the back of the fabric, I'm gonna step 1 foot to the very front. Now as I come through, I wanna make sure I have all this fabric to work with from behind, which means I only have a couple inches between my toes and the front of that fabric. Free leg comes up and through. And you can go ahead and step on the floor. Now before we get into our pose, just to talk about lines for a moment, I always try to get a pointed foot if possible. First time you do this, just focus on getting into it. Don't worry about your feet. A flex foot might be easier and more comfortable. If you're going for the pointed foot, when you set up, you want to make sure that you are on the pedicure side of your foot. All right, so as I set up, I have all this fabric behind me. You can look for that curly edge, it will help. I'm gonna take my foot and stamp it in, or top of the foot into fabric, right? That's gonna allow me the point. As we drop into our pose, if you don't have a full split especially, keep some of that weight in your hands rather than just sinking all your body weight. We wanna make sure we keep those hamstrings protected. We need to grab the front end of the fabric, right? You can't grab all of this. I need to grab and just bunch the beginning of the fabric in my hands. The body weight will come forward slightly. That's gonna get us out of the way of this fabric so that we can drop the legs apart, yeah? So if you're not engaging your back leg, see if you can squeeze that quad to get a nice pretty line. And again, if you don't have a full split, yes, keep some of that weight in your hands. You should be able to transition right to your other side. I'm gonna pull down, whoop, and pivot the hips. I do need to take my hand to the front of that fabric, especially on the front side here. And if you want to adjust that foot, right now I'm stamping down with my back foot, I'm gonna take that little pivot. So I'm gonna shift my body weight forward, roll to the top of the foot before I drop in, so I can feel myself pointing and dropping. All right, so remember upper body, squeezing that back leg. I can release with the hand if I'd like. Pull up and mindfully release and step out. I hope you've enjoyed that one, and you can look forward to seeing it again in a flow class. Of course, if you're new, like and subscribe if you want to hang out and do some more stuff with me. And until next time, namaste.